चली रे जुनू को लिए कतरा कतरा लम्हों को पिए पिंजरे से उड़ा दिल का शिकरा खुद ही से मैंने इश्क किया रे हा जिया जिया रे जिया रे जिया जिया रे जिया रे जिया जिया रे जिया रे जिया ओ हो जिया रे जिया रे जिया जिया रे जिया रे जिया जिया रे जिया रे जिया ओ ओ ओ कहाँ हूँ मैं कहाँ हूँ मैं अब कहाँ हूँ मैं कहाँ हूँ मैं अब आहें डर खुशी रास्ते कच्ची बातें सच्चे वास्ते कहीं पे इन सब में कहाँ हूँ कहते हैं खुदा ने इस जहां में सभी के लिए किसी ना किसी को है बनाया हर किसी के लिए तेरा मिलना है उस रब का इशारा मानो मुझको बनाया तेरे जैसे ही किसी के लिए कुछ तो है तुझसे राबता कुछ तो है तुझसे राबता अब क्या है कहना हमको है रहना जीने की वजह यही है मरना इसी के लिए सूरज डूबा है यारो दो घुट नशे के मारो रास्ते भुला दो सारे घर मार के सूरज डूबा है यारो दो घुट नशे के मारो गम तुम भुला दो सारे संसार के ask me for anything I can give you everything that's it had to make it इश्क फिकर दा छट्टे पल्ला मौज करता होके झल्ला जीवे इश्क में दिलड़ा होया फकीरी मांगे सबकी खैर सुखल्ला जीवे गिरा दीवारे लगा ललकारे इश्क दी मस्ती दे विच सोवे ते जागे धुणकी 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 लागे धुणकी 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 लागे धुणकी 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 लागे ओ धुणकी लागे रे
Jonita, Neeti, Aditi, Neha, I am so happy to have you guys in the same room. You have no idea what it took.
I'm surprised it was so tough, to be honest. I didn't think it would be, but apparently it was.
It's taken more than a month to get you all into this room. But I am really happy that we're all sitting here and having this conversation. So thank you. Thank you for making the time.
Thank you for being patient with us.
No, not at all. So here's my first question. Was singing and especially singing as a playback singer in Hindi cinema, was that like a childhood dream or did it just evolve somewhere along the way?
So for the longest period of time in my life, I didn't know whether, I always thought actors were actually singing. I didn't know. I was so naive and I thought, and I never paid attention to the voices. I thought they all sound so beautiful, they act, they dance. So I thought, and that was really fascinating for me. So I started singing, dancing, acting all together in school and college. And after, I think, I found out around when I was like in class 6 or 7 that, they are not actually singing. It's the playback singers. I'm like, oh my God, okay, I was fooled all this while.
So after that, yeah, I think music was something that I was always drawn towards. I think nobody in my family is a musician or an artist, but I think music always just kind of, it was a magnet for me.
For you, Jonita?
I think it's a little similar. When I was young, I actually wanted to be an actress, watching Madhuri Dixit in movies, dancing and singing. But I guess I never really paid attention to the singing as much. I was just so enamored by the glamour, to be honest, when I was young. So my parents would catch me like secretly dancing in the room and with the dupatta and doing all that. And then growing up, my dad is really fond of music, and by passion and by hobby, he's a musician. So hearing him play and practice songs around the house, naturally, I started listening to the music and learning them as well.
And this is in Canada?
This is in Canada, yeah. And he used to play a lot at community events. So he would play keyboards for like a community Christmas party where there'd be a lot of South Asians. So then they'd have Indian people singing and doing Bollywood music. So then slowly at his shows, he kind of convinced them to let his daughter sing one song. Like when I was like 7 years old. And that's how it began for me. Initially, I hated to sing in public. I loved music, but secretly, I was extremely shy. And then thanks to my dad and both my parents, actually, my mom as well, just like encouraging me, Beta, show your talent. You know how they are. It's called embarrassing you. Yeah. At that time, it really felt like
parents,
but now, I feel so glad that they did that because I would never have gotten over that shyness. And now it's like my life, so.
And for you?
I've been stormed with all sorts of music. Apparently, I've been told that I used to sing when I was a baby, and they used to not give me milk bottles in the morning on purpose, saying "Ki wait karo, wo gayegi, wo gayegi." So I was like, dude. Then I was trained in Indian classical and Bharatanatyam. Then we moved abroad. We went straight to Russia, and I had no idea about the language. So every time we put the TV on, it was like right. So then I got fully influenced by Western pop. Absolutely influenced by Western pop. And Backstreet Boys were like my 5 boyfriends. So I would take out printouts and do all this and that and, get yelled at, do all that stuff. Then went for an NSYNC concert. Then they brought me back to India. And people are like, chalo beta, gana gao. I'm like, I want it. And people are like, beta, very good, but Hindi mein gana gao. And I'm like, damn. So I just kept doing the shifts and then finally got into musicals. And then I went into rock bands. And from rock bands, suddenly Devdi happened. So it's like, coin, this, that, it just kept flipping. So I guess that's why I have those varied influences, but majorly influenced by pop. But just so many, language switches, it was just unbelievable how I even managed.
I didn't even know what playback singing meant till I was in Viva. I really didn't. Because
so it's like her, you thought they were singing their own songs?
No, I knew that. But I knew that Kishore, that everybody sings. But I didn't know that it's called playback singing. Like what it means is that you're always going to be behind. Because for me, the whole concept of being a singer meant being a singer, songwriter, performer, star. For me, that's where it ended. And you are it. So my first real marriage to music was Michael Jackson, and I was stunned. I said, oh my God, I want to be a pop star. That's what I want to be. So I remember writing in everybody's slam books since I was 9 that, that ambition thing you have, and I'm like, ambition, I want to be a pop star. And strangely, I made it happen in India. There's a show that came to Delhi, and we both were a part of it, 2 different years, and it was called Pop Star. So I thought, wow, even in a country where, it's like where there's no water, I kind of found water. Till my dreams came crashing down once we split. And I was like, okay, now what do I do? Because pop, or rather independent music or non-film music didn't really exist in India. We just got lucky with, Channel V having that show and giving us that boost and stuff. To now, you have to go and meet people and you have to be a session singer. And I really didn't know what it means. So I have had this weird journey where I've had to constantly prove myself as a vocalist. Because I started with singing a certain way. Some people, even in school, thought I had a manly voice. To having to learn Indian gaiki, it's just it's been a crazy ride, for me. But in my head, I still think I'm a pop star.
You are.
Yeah. I don't like playback singing. What I mean is, just call us singers.
She didn't mean that.
No, call us singers. I'm saying we're singers. You know what I'm saying? We're not playback singers. We're
the
singers.
label. You don't like the label.
I don't like the label. I just.
What's wrong with it?
Firstly, it's a label. What's wrong with it is just hear the word playback. Playback. The back word is, I think, what is wrong with it. I think what happens is that in India, I feel It's not happening so much anymore, though. I think we're very lucky where we are right now in the generation. But there's a lot that unknowingly actors take away from singers and kind of feed on it. Like the movies, they even the most serious of films need a good song by a really good singer and a good music director and lyricist to promote the film. But what does the singer really get? Like, in the sense, why don't people know what we look like? Why don't,
I absolutely.
Why do I have to be a judge on a show to prove myself as a vocalist? You can be winning the film fairs of the world and blah, blah, and people are like, oh, you've sung that song. It shouldn't happen to the top singers of the country, right? Like 14 years into the business and people are still figuring you out. So where is it going wrong? It couldn't be me all the way. You know what I'm saying? Couldn't be them all the way. So it's the system where, it's like there is an imbalance of how it's really going on. And that's the problem with playback singing.
I'm glad you brought that up because as I was sort of researching your careers and looking at your music and there are all these really big film songs on YouTube. And it says the name of the composer, it'll say the name of the film, it'll say the name of the actors. But the singer is not there. I just like literally an hour ago, I was looking at all these songs and a lot of them
They prioritize other
because
people over
Like a lot of people think Anushka sang Jagumya.
Exactly.
A lot of people think that.
Oh, because they picturized it on her singing.
Yeah,
on her
like
singing.
So
I'm not surprised.
That's
actually.
you said it, so I'm right. That's my problem with the playback singing tag. That this whole back has to change to just singer.
But like she was saying, the actors are more important. So they come and say, "Itne hi character hai, and your name is too long," or whatever. I'm like, I'm not going to change my name to A. But that's put it. So that's my name, right?
But if it's true, then why do we make so much money on the live gigs? If we're so not popular or important, then why are we so wanted on the gig circuit? Why do people want to see us and watch them? We could be standing behind a curtain and singing for them, and the actors could lip sync there as well. But there's a reason why all four of us didn't have dates for this, because we all are gigging and we...
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, I know how busy each one of you is. Yeah, despite that, earlier there were sort of star singers, people with a sort of iconic reputation and all of them. Aditi, you were asked in an interview that, why don't we have that kind of sort of star singer or identity to singers anymore? And you said, well, earlier there were 5 and now there are 15 and all of us are replaceable. Do you guys think that's really true?
Which part?
The part that we're replaceable.
I think everybody is replaceable.
Yeah.
I think.
Really?
So I think.
But you all have such distinct voices.
We all have. I mean, but the whole point is that a song needs to bring something fresh, and until a couple of years ago, that was not the criteria. The song had to sound in a particular voice.
The same, yeah.
That was the criteria. Now it's not the criteria anymore. Now the song, because we are open to world music.
Which
we
is
are
a great
open to
thing also.
Wi-Fi. We are listening to every kind of genre of music. Earlier we were not. We were restricted because obviously you would have to travel a lot to learn any other style of music. But now it's just on your phone all the time. So that's why you get bored faster. Probably that's the reason.
And I think that's a great thing also because a lot of singers who are getting their due now or people who are coming out are people who might not have been noticed a decade ago because there was no room for them at that time. But now we're getting to hear a lot more people.
True.
I think that's a good thing though.
I don't know what the era was, and it's no point living in the past. I think that today, worldwide, you're as good as your last work. So which means if you get 10 songs and you keep shamming your way through them, by the 20th song, somebody's going to definitely replace you. So here you have to reinvent yourself. I think that's what Madonna did all through her life. They're right. There was a time where you could actually sing. They wanted the heroine's voice to sound a certain way. The heroes. Now it's not the case. They want a new, fresh sound, fresh lyrics, fresh
Which is good actually.
costumes, fresh. And so even as singers, each one of us have to keep reinventing ourselves. Like look at her. She sang a GRA to she sang a Ishwala Love to what she's done after that. She's done. You have to
But Aditi, did you mean that in a positive
No,
way?
I did not.
I didn't think
I'm,
this.
I'm just being honest about it. Like a lot of, I always feel like when I speak, whether it is to you or to even them, I'm always representing other people. It is not just me. That, I came from a rock band, so I'm going to go and tell all the rock singers, hey, you can be Bollywood singer. No, it's not that. The problem is that there's too many of us. And what's happening is that I don't know about that era or about what happened at that time, but we have so many shows. We have so many shows on TV. We have singing shows on the internet now. So everywhere you go and there's a song playing, there's so many of us who are like, ye kisne gaya hai? ये किसने गाया? Because even we don't know. So I'm just saying that it might be I have a great success story and you guys love me and that's great. But what about us is what I'm saying. As an artist, if you go there, I have sung certain songs that have been sung by 10 singers. So if I get that song, there's the other 9 who didn't. So I'm not saying that, oh, I am so great and I got to sing a rock song and a slow song and a fast song, but I'm just saying that there's so many times that does not work out for someone. So I'm not saying that as my story, but I'm just talking as a story of an artist in our country. Because everybody is not the 4 of us who'll sit here and say, oh wow, we got this. A lot of people have not gotten it and they've not gotten it over a long period of time. So if we sit and ask them this, I'm pretty sure the answer is going to be very different.
So you're saying that many people sing the same song and then one person's version goes out there?
I have had an experience. I have had that. I've heard of it, I've done that, and it's just the way it works. And maybe that's the way it worked for some people, and maybe, I don't know, people keep trying. I don't know. Everybody has a different story. And
Yeah, I don't work with people who do that. I just say no. I don't do demos. I've never done them, I don't do, and that's why it took me so long to really make it in Bollywood.
But do they tell you that this is just one of the many that we're recording?
It's gonna be a vibe, you'll know it. Like, I'm very
Really?
instinctive, yeah. I've had a call at 11 at night saying that, 3 singers have already done it, and I'm like, I don't want to do it. And I'm not singing at 11 in the night. I'm not coming to some random
But that's
studio.
what I meant when I'm telling you. Like, these guys are saying that earlier times, if it was a Kishorji, it's like you're waiting for Kishorji to sing.
Yeah.
Now it's like, oh, she's stuck in America, she's on a show, so let me call the next best one. You know what I'm saying? They might not mean it that, oh, I'm going to
But
replace
I
you.
also feel there are few who actually wait for you. There have been people who waited for me for 10
But
days. They
see,
changed the key. No, I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
You're right. But I feel you are the choices you make. You wait for the right opportunities. I've sat at home for 8 months with no work.
Really?
Yeah, of course. And this is after Viva. I've had no work. I mean, thankfully I had great savings and stuff. But I made my choices. And I'm not saying that they were easy. No, they weren't. I cooked my own food. I walked my own dog. I did everything I could do to survive. But I'm not complaining because I knew that this is not the person I want to be. Like, in the sense, I had success once and I was depressed, unhappy, and I knew I didn't want it again and to be depressed and unhappy. I wanted to make sure this time when I have it, I want to enjoy it, I want to eat it, I want to cherish it, I want to have it all.
Savor it.
Yeah, and now I'm doing that because I made the wrong choices, I regretted them, then I made the right choices and I'm loving them. So it's a journey, and there are wolves and there are many of them and there are really nice people. You just got to go find them. There may be 5 of them and the hundreds you don't want to talk to.
But I think the day you decide to be an artist, you sign up for all this.
Yeah.
All of us, not only singers,
I think once you
actors,
leave
everybody.
directors, everybody.
And I think the competition sometimes is healthy and it forces you to take things into your own hands. Like, it forces you to explore other avenues. Like, nowadays, a lot of us are exploring, like, YouTube, for example, as an avenue of expression. It's a place where we don't have to report to a composer, a director, a producer on how I should sing it, what I should do, how the video should be. So that's like our portal now for expression and creativity. We can do whatever we want, and we can garner love from people who love us for us and not for what we were asked to do for a certain song. You know what I mean? So, like, I think because of all this competition, like, that's how a lot of these YouTube artists are also coming out.
Yeah, that's another thing. I feel like people keep waiting, like singers in India keep waiting for other people to give you work.
Yeah.
And again, early on in my career, because I wanted to be a singer-songwriter and not just a playback singer. So for me, it was very clear that I need to make it happen somehow. And of course, I failed hundreds of times, and the albums there that are still sitting in a box. But I feel like we all need to empower ourselves. It's very important. You cannot depend on just a song in a film to make your career, because your talents are known to you the most. You know what all you can do, and you create those opportunities for yourself.
Exactly.
Like this, that
Take it into your
YouTube
own hands, for sure.
has changed my life. YouTube has changed my life.
I'm a YouTuber too.
I mean, shout out. I mean, it's amazing. Like today, I live like, when a year starts, I'm not worried like how many songs and gigs do I have. I'm like, oh my god, I have these 3 songs. I have to work with
And
this
that's
director.
what we get the most excited about, our own projects.
I know. And they
It's very
consume so
exciting.
much of your time because you're producing them and you're financing them and you're finding sponsors and there are meetings, and you feel like a businesswoman and you're like, I'm going to go get it. And then there's a song as well, film song, like, oh my god, and I have and I have a gig. So you're not, though that could be smaller.
That's why I said it's the best time, because you're getting to there's so much for
And you
everyone.
don't need a label today, because the labels are going to eat up your IPs and you can't own your songs. So if Jonita's done a version of a song that she's done her own original, or Neeti's done something, or you have, you can 3 years later, if a Yashraj comes and says, "Hey, I want your song," you own your rights. You get the money, you get the credit, not the label. So today you can actually do that. You can, and it takes a while. Like believe me, you know that. I mean, we all do YouTube. When you do your first song, you're like, where is this gonna go? Oh my god,
Who's watching?
I have her like one thumbs down and then you cry.
bloody pimple showing and I don't have the money to remove it.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're like,
I think it's only me. There's never been a dislike.
yeah, and then you're like, I want to remove this comment and erase it for
I
life.
want to erase this person. Like, I'm so angry.
And I don't have money.
Not even joking.
And it's like, I can see a pimple and I don't have money to remove it. Like, I don't have any money for post. It has to go out the way it is. And then it starts changing. And you're like, oh, that's not bad. And the million views start flowing in. And you're like, okay.
And then you feel ownership on those million. Like, this is my video. My face is in this video. Like, it's such a nice feeling, you know?
Tell me this though. What are the unique sort of gender politics of the music business that have allowed an Arijit to happen, who just sort of sings almost every song that any hero is singing, but there's no female equivalent of that?
Thank you so much.
Because we don't have that many female songs.
Because heroines.
That's true.
Really?
We don't have that many
We
female
don't
songs.
have to check any album.
Especially
You sing
solo
when
songs.
I'm singing like heroes.
If you
not
have
singing?
an album and an album has 7 songs, 95% of the times 5 will be the male song, then 2 will be female, or 1 will be female, 1 will be duet.
No. One
One
song
will be
will
female.
have 2 female lines.
That's what the and then duets.
I just sang 2 lines and it's over. Yeah, it's
Thank
so
you.
good.
No, in chorus also you can sing along. In chorus
Can I
also.
say something? I mean, when so Jonita was nominated alongside to me this year every time, and when Aidil Mushkil happened, I was busy getting married, so I was out of the country, so I missed the whole.
Woo,
album.
shout out for Sam.
So I heard the song, and I'm like, yeah, nice song. But why is Arijit all over it? If it's her song, like I'm just okay.
You're talking about the breakup song.
Yeah. So
I actually thought that I had a pretty good amount in that song relative to others.
like
I had the whole mukra. I was like, yes.
Like Galeria, but Galeria is your song. You know what I'm saying? Like Galeria is fully your song.
Galeria is a
so like
solo.
GRA is a full song, Rapta is a full song, Jagumi is a full song. But this whole 2 line, why doesn't a guy have 2 lines in my song? You know,
I had one alap.
I just want to alap. Like so, but you know what I feel is also because the heroines need to start standing up for themselves. Because the day they start standing up for themselves, hey, listen, Aidil Mushkil, Anushka should say, is my film. I'm making that film happen, Ashwarya. It's my film as well. Give us one song. Then we'll get a song. So, but right now I feel like the actors are kind of leading the way and the women are just, like doing an item song or whatever.
I don't know if this has happened with you guys, where songs are composed for a male and they decide, I don't know if they know from the beginning or not that there will be a female portion, but they don't consider our range.
Then you're either here or you're there.
And then they come, so either male portion's done.
Really low, yeah,
Your
or
2
really
lines
high.
or whatever it is will be the screechy high pitch, and
Or
then you have to
down.
layer it with a low octave to make it sound full.
Oh my god.
Instead of just changing it to a key that's
then
comfortable.
And then there are 2 men on the song. Like with me that happens. Like a lot. I mean, I can't do the higher layer anyway, so it's like 2 boys in the song. So I'm only the lower layer, and he's also. So I'm like,
It's like a male duet.
it's like Rihanna meets Leo. You're like, which one is the guy? Which one's the girl?
This is not always the case, obviously.
Yeah,
We're pinpointing the
No, it
times
happens.
and stuff.
You're right.
But obviously
yeah,
there are
you
times
laugh
when
at
they
it.
cater to you also. But
Like the female songs that are usually nominated are actually the only songs that were the full female songs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Actually,
it's true.
actually.
I sang the biggest song of last year. Last year I got no nomination. Like not even in some like JW Marriott Awards. Like nothing. Nowhere. Shout out! I sang. Thank you. No, thank you. I sang Suraj Dubai. I think even like that car in Suraj Dubai won a nomination for being like the best car in the video. But I just got like Neha's bottle for right now. That's it.
But you got something.
Nothing.
The Michi thing.
The entire year, and people will come and say hi.
That was such a successful song.
Arijit ने तो जीता, अमल ने जीता, कुमार ने जीता, आप रह गए. And I'd be like, right. And I'd be like,
That's my award,
being
thank
like,
you.
yeah, thanks guys. Like, but what happened? I'm like, yeah, bloody Bollywood happened. That's what happened. What do I know what happened? You know when people come and ask you when your next song is or why you didn't win award? I'm like, how do I know how I didn't? But the whole year went by. I got like forget. I'm not even saying award. Like no nomination for that.
I think I really feel blessed that I was part of music like Bombay Velvet, where actually the
album was-
female actress was
Yes, dominating.
so there are obviously
the singer,
yeah,
in that, and and actually working on that project. I mean, I know the film didn't do well, but I feel that doing music with Amit Trivedi, Amitabh Bhattacharya, and Anurag Kashyap, even Anushka used to come to the studio. I think that just felt, that's why I felt so nice to be part of that, because every song, every line was so special to them. And they made me feel so special that, you know, it means a lot to us that we are doing something new. Jazz is not something that people enjoy in our country and all of that.
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed the process, and 2 years I was given those songs and I lived with those songs. And then when we recorded them, you know, Amit was like, you know, just wear a gown and sing it like that. So there are also such experiences.
Yeah,
so
of course,
I think I'm sure we'll
More
have
now than
everything of it.
honestly before.
We'll experience everything, and then
But
it'll
do
be
you
fun.
does it ever get really frustrating? Like, do you ever want to just scream at somebody and say, but look, I've sung this. I mean, why isn't my name here? Why
I
am
screamed all the time. People hated me like in the past. I've written, I screamed all through my career at the people. So I did. But I think I'm way past frustration now. I'm like really happy. So, but yeah, when I wrote mails, when Dhunki came out and all that, I was surprised they called me back for like other songs, like Assalam Ishq, because I actually told Yashraj, I said, why is my name not there? I was upset about it. I was upset about what I was being
It was a
paid.
great song.
Yeah, I sued Anand Rajana at the beginning of my career, so I've done it all. Like I'm done. I was not frustrated. I was a fighter. So I fought with people and I said what I wanted to. But I think, like I said, that you just, it's a journey. Like you find your place, you find your people. There are such nice people in this world that you can really ignore the negative ones and choose to ally yourself. In today's time, I think quality, you have to look at quality, because the quantity, like Aditi mentioned rightly, that 6 versus 16. Rather than, I think, more than 30 singers.
36
or something.
now.
36.
I'm sure it's way more than
Yeah,
that.
so my point is today, what's important is that for each one of us to really look at quality, like the kind of people you're working with, the kind of stuff you're producing, and also to understand your voice. Like, what does my voice do to people? For some people, like dance songs really work, and for some people, ballads work, for some people, soulful works. It's like you have a connection with the audience. So I think frustration is a waste of time. Like, if somebody is mean to you, do whatever. Like, for some people, it's staying quiet. For some people, it's fighting. Do whatever is right for you and then move on from it, I guess. I don't know.
Tell me this. What I love is that despite all of this, that people are replaceable, and you know, it is an extremely insecure business if 5 people are doing a song and then 1 gets selected. The sense I get is that there is a real camaraderie here. You know, there is a support system to whatever level. But you guys seem like to have a bond. And how do you sort of nurture that? How do you keep that? Do you talk to each other? You were just saying you wanted to have them over for dinner.
We've been trying for a year, man. I need your team to hook that up. It's been 1 year now. Every time I see them like on stage, when are you cooking? I'm like, whenever you're free. So
She's a great.
Yeah, I've still not eaten.
that's
really
guess
well.
why.
But do you feel a support with each other?
I think the bond is just knowing I get you, right? The bond is I get you, like in the sense you have the compassion because you feel like I've been there, and
We all recognize that everyone has a journey.
yeah.
So when someone else does really well, you recognize that there's no like someone deserving something over someone else. Like that's what I feel at least. I feel like everyone has a reason to be where they are. Or there's a reason why they're there, and everyone has a journey that has brought them to that point, which makes them deserving of everything they have, especially the good things, I should say, or only the good things. So I think that's what keeps us chilled out. I mean, and we always meet each other, and everyone's just really nice
And
to
why
each other. I don't know, that's my experience.
Yeah, and well said. And I feel why only very few people should have all the good things. Everybody should have a best of opportunities. I know there are limited songs and limited films every year, but come on, I mean, then you will also work hard to get there. Yeah, you will
Keep up your game.
You would want to be really good.
When I feel jealous, I mean, we all do, right? Come on, I don't lie. Everybody feels jealous. I think my first thought is jealousy. Second thought is you're really cheap, you're jealous. The third thought is
You judge yourself.
I'm like,
gets over
it's like, why are you jealous? Like, get over it. The third thought is I want to see that what is it that's bothering me, and usually it is that learn from that person. The why do they have what you don't? Like learn from that, right? Like if somebody is singing really well, or doing something, you know that they are upgrading something about themselves where you are stuck. It could be even your thinking, if not just your voice.
It's always that. It's
But
always
I
a
have
thinking.
actually never felt that a song somebody else has sung, I should have sung it. I've never felt it. I've actually never felt it. Because I feel a song is like a book, it comes to you. Right? Like it has to be your song.
It must be yours. And there is something to learn from everyone, I think.
Actually, these women changed my mind really about this whole friendship thing when I won the Filmfare. From Neeti to Aditi to Jonita being really kind always at the award, to Harshdeep, everybody messaging, Akriti Kakkad, I was like really shocked. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, what's going on? Like, like really, are we all so nice? Like, no, I mean, you're nice, but like, people are genuinely happy, and I think they recognized from their journey to my journey to, it's a feeling. We all left home. Most of us are not from Bombay. We've been homesick. We've slept without proper dinner. Whatever. I mean, so you get it, right? Like when you see somebody, everybody's going to get it at some point. I'm seeing something. So when you know, okay, you got it or you're going to get it, somebody else gets it, you just recognize and you're happy for them because you know how you felt when you didn't have it.
Exactly.
And then you had it. And that's the feeling that kind of, it's not like you're going to, like start living with each other. I'm not saying, but it's a spiritual feeling.
But do you know when you do a song? Again, a lot of actors have said to me that when they're doing a film, or at least when they see the film before release, they know where this film is going to land. So you know in your heart that this is
About the song?
No, a film.
A film.
Does music work like that? When you're singing, do you know this is magic?
The song, you mean?
Yes.
The song could be magic, but
You're not sure. Yeah, exactly. There's no guarantee the song will do well.
hit the radio charts.
So
The song could be magic, and that magic could be just on an MP3.
I've had 3 of those experiences with Rabta, Suraj Dubai and High Heels. I was just like, this is it. This is it. And I kept saying it, this is it. Like,
this is my ticket.
No, I just kept saying that this is a great song. And people are like, everybody says, for you, this one is for you.
Everybody says.
The voice. Yeah. But then there are some songs in which I was like, the song is great. But then it was like, it's a title song, but then that's it, So the film didn't do that well. But 3
I'm
of those
the worst at determining whether a song is going to do well or not.
You must have thought they all were
even I
amazing.
am.
I'm just really worried will I be able to sing it.
No, I think I'm just soft.
She's like, is it in my key? Is my only worry? Like, is the song in my key?
Is it in my key? I don't sound like man.
Yeah, I'm not kidding. मुझे तो बहुत डर लगता है.
For me, it's like even if one person hears the song, they better say she sang it well. And like, I don't think beyond that. I can't.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's too stressful to be like, oh my God, so many people are going to hear the song. Like,
But does
this is
it
gonna be a
feel
hit.
different when you do a really good job?
Yeah, and it feels very different when you don't do a good job. And sometimes those songs,
Yeah, when you have to
those
sing in
songs
4
don't come
layers
out, so.
because the guy's already done his part and gone.
If I record a good song, if the melody is really, something that I connected to and the lyrics were beautiful, I just don't sleep that night. So I'm just walking in my building and my watchman is like, "Ye upar kyun nahi ja rahi? Ye upar nahi ja rahi?"
It's a different high, no?
And I'm just like
Thinking
I'm
of the song.
buzzing. I am
Issues,
with songs.
I have.
It's so hard. You have to tell yourself to detach because anything can happen. The
Exactly.
song might not exist tomorrow.
That also
But it is a
happens.
high.
Even
Yeah,
of course,
absolutely.
it's amazing.
Tell me, what's the one piece of advice that you guys would give to all the young women out there who want to be singers, who are now making YouTube videos and getting on social media?
Take it into your own hands. Like, I've come from a place where I didn't have any expectations. I came already doing YouTube videos. So like, for me, that was like, if all else fails, I have YouTube. Like, I've always felt that, which really helps keep me grounded and keeps me like secure, about life, because that's in my control. So I guess, my one advice would be to explore yourself, find the best you, and don't be afraid to use social media mediums to get yourself out there.
I think I would just say that don't only aspire to be a playback singer. Become a singer-songwriter. Learn to do everything. Learn also to how to program a song, and just be a one-man army so that you don't depend on anyone. And people want you because you are so good. I think that's what I would tell everyone.
I would tell everybody to not try and be like someone else, because I have seen that so many people are practicing for hours and days to sound like someone else, that even if you gave like 1/4 of that time to just do something of
Finding
yours,
your own sound.
like
Yeah.
just yourself, because people are like, I want to sound like that singer, and then they play that record on loop, and then they're just copying how to sing that person, and that is, I just feel, I mean, it's just such a waste of yourself, because see, you're not someone established. Like if someone established sounds like someone else, it's like, wow, so versatile, right? But
She's so versatile.
so again,
This was sprinkling this conversation. See, it's really fun.
This is only for you guys.
Fifth person, yeah.
This is only for you guys because you all laugh and then we take a pause.
It's
Can we
hilarious.
carry on?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, thank you. So, but if someone new does that, then that's them coming out, because that voice becomes that person. It's not a versatility
So don't
factor.
imitate.
People are just spending so much time. Like, I think in India right now, we have billions of Chote Arijits. Because everybody is like, ma'am, please listen na, I sing to me or like him. I'm like, why are you singing it like him? Sing to me, but sing it like yourself. They're just practicing the wrong thing.
I think they've already said a lot of things I would want to say as well. The only thing would be that you have to know you're here for the long haul. And it's not going to happen in a day. It's not going to happen in a year. And even if it does, there's a chance you're not going to like it when it happens too soon for you. So just be prepared for the long journey and enjoy it. I would tell my 10-year before self this thing, that enjoy it. Stop crying, stop whining, stop being depressed, whatever. Like, it's a journey and you're going to eventually get to places you like. I don't think you ever get there. You're always on the way. So if one can internalize that thought and reinvent, learn as much as you can, and always be a student, and even if you become a very big star, don't sham your work. That's it.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah.
Don't sham your work.
Yeah, because you have to sleep with yourself in the night, and I don't know, like even when I sing something a bit which I don't like it just keeps playing like triple times in my head, like, oh my god, I should have done it differently. Like, so that it's a good thing. To be a little critical is not a bad thing.
Girls, ladies, this has been so much fun. Thank you. Thank you for the amazing music that you've given all of us. Thank you for these amazing songs, and thank you for this conversation. I've really enjoyed it, and go forth and conquer. More power to all of you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having us. Thank you. It has been a great pleasure to share this table with these 4 fantastic women. So if you had a really, really good time with Jonita Gandhi, Neeti Mohan, and the Neha Bhasin, and the Hasin Anupama Chopra, please like, share, subscribe this video because we need your views, right?